Do not let the L define you as a loser. Let it define you as a learner. You ain't losing, you learning. You're learning how to win. And you are one game closer, one practice closer, one shiny moment. You one shiny moment away from being a winner. But you will never be a winner if you quit and give up.
Today's show is brought to you by Organifi. Organifi is an organic superfood supplement line that makes quality, trusted nutrition convenient and accessible. Their most popular product, the green juice, solves the problem of juicing greens on the go. We all know that we need to get those fruits and greens and vegetables and all that in our diets, guys, and here's a quick and easy way to get it. You just add water, drink, and let your body soak up the benefits. Visit Organifi.com to learn more about an exciting offer for you, our podcast listeners. That's Organifi, Organifi.com.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your humble and gracious host, CJ, the Spartan man, Quinny. I got Carl and E here today, y'all. And guess what? A change is gonna come. You know what I'm saying? We were hyped last week. Bro, it's a microcosm for life. You know what I'm saying? When you're up, you're down. The Spartans got took out by Texas Tech, nonetheless. Wasn't aware that Texas Tech had a basketball team until the day before the game, but apparently they do. And we on humble, man, and it hurts. Nah, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the podcast, man. Of course, we just having some fun, man. We are. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. We had a moment. Hurting. Yeah, we had a moment. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Virginia, but we'll get to that later. But no, we back, man. We doing our thing. We've had some time to recover from this. We will rise again. All right, the Spartans will rise again. We got a good team coming back next year, and I like to be optimistic. We do. Yeah, I believe. Okay. I don't know. That's just what you say after you lose.
Okay, here's what I'm asking, though.
That's what you say after you lose.
I saw a poll that says, it's an early poll. It says, we rate number 2 next year, right? So I heard everybody coming back. I didn't hear from Winston, though. Any news about Winston coming back?
That may hinge on whether we're 2 or 42. So that's going to be a big one. If he out, I'm out.
I'm saying, I don't know. I've heard X say he was coming back next year. Nick got to come back. That's not up for grabs. Of course.
No, Cash is coming back.
He is?
Yeah, he coming back. I talked to him yesterday. We good.
Yeah. I would say I'll be honest, between you and I'm thinking he got to go now. I don't know if he's going to have the type of season
of his career.
I don't know if he's going to have that next year.
I don't know. We shall see. You know what I'm saying? Little Birdie told me he was coming back. So I'm going to stick with my, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to stick with my sources.
You're going to stick with your source.
You know what I love about sources is like, you could say that, and if you're wrong, you're like, yeah, you know what? They had told me at the last second,
he changed his mind.
You know what I'm saying? So he changed his
mama
mind.
Had said,
yeah. Go ahead,
see,
Carl.
I gotta announce we got a winner from the bracket challenge. You gotta reach out to me.
Oh yeah, who
name
won?
On here
who won?
CreativeBully.media is the name, and he scored a total of he or she. I don't know who it is. I assume a bully is a he, but I could be wrong.
We got some 13, female bullies.
You must not have been in my house.
You must not have met our wives.
Scored a total of 1,370 points. The next closest runner-up was T-Money83 something, and they got 1,330. So Creative Bully, shoot me an email.
Yeah.
And we're going to hook you up.
Did he have Virginia,
Inspires. Yeah, he got Virginia.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why. Where did I finish, Carl? I was up there for a while.
No, you was in there from, I'm scrolling through now, seeing you are 38, number 38.
How many entries did we have?
You was in there strong C until
he was good.
Until Saturday.
C was good. Hey, right, until Saturday. That was it.
Sunday.
But the total number C was probably like, hold on, I'm scrolling through to see the total. It was like 400 or 500 people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and 32. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely in the top percentile. And then I won the Harbor Bracket Challenge. I won that joint. Yeah,
just
first
on him,
place.
she can stay at strength, no doubt. Ain't nobody else rocking with us like that.
Yeah, it was only like 35 people, but either way, I got the dub. All right, so let's jump right into the podcast. We missed y'all. We were on a little euphoric high, you know what I'm saying, running to the Final Four, and we got slapped in the mouth. Shout out to Auburn, who lost as well. Auburn got cheated, though. Auburn got cheated on the low. Did y'all see that? Auburn got cheated.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, my man dribbled it right off his foot and picked it back up, started dribbling. I was watching with Train. He was like, yo, double dribble. What are they doing? And, but it is what it is. Auburn, y'all have a seat on the fishing boat with us. We all going fishing together. All right, so fair foul. Carl and I, we were out meandering through the streets of Atlanta yesterday. Ran into a young man who apparently was a fan of the podcast. All right, and this he said, ran right up to us. He said, "I have a fair foul." So I'm a big fan of the podcast. Love everything you guys do. I have a fair foul, and this was actually one of the more challenging.
Devious.
What'd you say?
Devious.
Oh, yeah. E, so I purposely didn't tell E. So me and Carl know. But this is the fair foul. Okay. This young man, probably mid-30s, him and his wife, they have 3 kids. After they had their 3rd kid, he decides, that's it. She goes, wait. I want another one. They got boys. It's a mix of boys and girls. I can't remember if you said it was 2 boys, 1 girl, 2 boys. They got both sexes covered. All right. So he's like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? We got 3. That's it. She's like, no, that's not it. He's like, that's it. That's not it. Okay. So they having a little beef. So E,
were they together when y'all met up with him?
Huh?
Were they together when y'all saw him?
This was just him.
Yeah. This was in person.
He was by himself.
Yeah. Oh no. He was by himself. So we are talking to the gentleman. He said, listen, so what I did was I went on a business trip. I had to go for like the whole week. And he said a friend of a friend who was a doctor who performed vasectomies. And I guess got him on the homie discount like last second. He got there. His boy was like, yeah, my boy's a doctor. He could just knock it out. Boom, today. We can go in there and get it knocked out. It's good. So, of course, without telling his wife or, saying anything, he went in there, whoop, whoop, and I'm out. Recovered for a day or 2 and went back home. Business as usual, right? So, here's where it gets dicey, right? So she's like, yo, a couple months later, I want to start trying for that 4th. So he was like, bet.
Let's get it.
Well, let's do what we do. And so they trying and nothing. And, she was like, yo, it's not working. He said, I think we need to keep trying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no doubt.
Apparently.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? We need a few more attempts. So after a while, and I don't want to say. Don't first
succeed. Try again.
So then me and Carl was sitting there, was like, man, finally he broke down and told her. But apparently she had she had a visual inspection of, unbeknownst to him, that found out that he had something, you know what I'm saying, done. I call it a little scar, if you will, maybe. I don't know. I haven't had one. You two have. Maybe I'm, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to, it's a PG podcast, right? So, of course, she was not thrilled with it and, was a little upset, as you can imagine, but he was like, yo, is it fair or foul? It's my body. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man went, oh, it's my body, see? And he said, was it fair or foul of me to, do it? He said, I just ran into the doctor. It wasn't really planned. He said, yo. And so, I guess since you weren't in the conversation, we'll let you now shed a little light on fair or foul.
Yeah, this is tough, bro. That's tough.
A private vasectomy.
That's tough.
Secret vasectomy. The secret
That's
to
tough.
success. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's tough, bro. That's tough. I'm almost going with fair because, my man is thinking about their future. He like, we can't, This ain't the Brady Bunch. She came with 3 of her own lovely kids. My man came with 3 of his. And that's the way we became the Brady Bunch. You know what I'm saying? You try to just get 6 off me. It's not, them days, the Partridge Family is over with, bro. 8 is enough. 3 is enough.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, 3
is
you got
enough,
3 and
bro.
you got a mix of boys and girls. It's like, yo, what do you want?
What else do you want? What are you trying to prove?
Okay. So is it? So you're saying fair? You're going fair?
Yeah, I am. But I will say this though: marriage is supposed to be, because me and D don't got nothing separate. We don't got no separate accounts. We got no separate insurance. Like everything is together. So
your sperm
I'm kind
might
of
be
struggling a little bit because
your sperm is separate, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? We won. But I'm saying, when you put the 2 together, that it do whatever it do. So I think, man, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go as foul, not the process, but I'm gonna go the way you went about it. You should have manned up. Like that's like, why are you scared to tell you? What in the world is going on? We got a bigger problem here. We got a bigger problem that you scared to tell your girl you getting a vasectomy and you go
I wouldn't say scared. I think he took an opportunity. I don't even know if he had to pay for the vasectomy. It was a homie discount.
You could have called from out of town and FaceTimed her the surgery. You could have let her see it FaceTime and let her see what you was doing. So I think that part, that's what make it foul to me right there.
I think this was before FaceTime, if that helps. You know what I'm saying? This might have been.
I thought you meant it was just recent.
Yeah, it probably was. I was trying to help my man out here. You know what I'm saying? But, maybe it was Skype back then. I don't know. He could have probably Skyped it. But I'm saying he had, he knew. What if he was like, yo, I'm gonna just go ahead and get it done? Because here go the thing. If you know you done, then cool, just knock it out. But it's like, I agree. Okay, so this was mine. I'm with you, E. I think it's fair to want the vasectomy. I think it's fair to get the vasectomy. But I don't know if you should have came back acting like, okay, I'm not sure what.
Right, you just trying to let me try again. You trying to like you study for the test and you ready.
You trying to get extreme excessive GMGs. My man was on cloud nine
the game
for 6 months.
I'm just saying, bro. You know you ain't studied for that bar exam. You about to fail that joint. You just spent 15. You just spent 4,500, and you know you ain't studied. You know what I'm saying? Like you just spent your mama money and you ain't studied for that joker. You know that's wrong, bro. That's wrong.
Yo. Oh man, I couldn't wait to get to that fair foul because me and Carl yesterday just falling out.
I'm talking about crying.
Yeah, we was like, man, how did you finally tell her? He said, tell her. She saw the incision.
That's what I'm still trying to. That's the part.
He said he still tried to play it off though. He said he tried to play it off and told her he was shaving and nicked himself.
All right.
Carl made it. I let the record show that's Carl.
Yeah. You're moving away from PG though now.
Yeah, we're getting to PG-13 a little bit.
Move it away. Let's move back to Disney.
So anyway. What would you suggest to somebody out there who's done, but the other spouse ain't done? Because I could actually use this advice in the Quinney household. I'm thinking about when is our next road trip? Somebody line me up a doctor. Because my wife, she thinks she ready for another one. And I'm like, hey, hold up.
Yeah.
What do you say?
If I'm not ready, we not ready. You feel me? It take 2 of us. If one person ain't ready, we ain't ready.
That's a bar.
You know what I'm saying?
Put it on a t-shirt. That's a bar.
But are you getting ready though? Is there a getting ready process?
No. We not ready. Period. We're not doing it no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never gonna be ready again. So we ain't ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to church and take one of the Smiths because she putting in work. She got about
putting
6
in
of them
work.
jokers. Go help her. She a single
We can
parent mom
babysit for the
with 6
weekend.
kids. Go babysit her kids. We don't need no more. It's enough kids out here with parents that's not doing what they supposed to be doing.
Oh, no
And we can go
question.
support them.
Let me ask y'all, for both of y'all just knew like, okay, after 2, that's it, because both of y'all got snipped. And y'all, okay, y'all just knew like, okay, that's it, we done. Like, what was that? Or did y'all wait like 6 months, or like how does this work?
All my bases are covered. I'm good.
I'm just trying to see if I missed my window of opportunity. Don't both speak up at once. Come on, it's a family podcast. We need to. You know what I'm saying? It's important.
It was rough, bro. It was rough. It was rough. Now, D and I both talked about.
You did it a long time ago too, though. Like it wasn't common when you did it.
Oh no, it wasn't common, but it was rough.
Oh yeah, they had to use like a stone. You know what I'm saying? And like wood.
And they said my doctor was here's what they said. He is the best. He is the best of the best. You are not going to have any pain whatsoever. He just old and he drops his tools. So, you know what I'm saying? So it was a situation where it was like, all right, E, you can go to my man that's young, gonna hold his tools, but you ain't gonna be able to usher on you ain't gonna be able to usher, bro. How you want to do this? You usher every week. How you want to do this? And so I went to my man.
I just thought about something. Have I ever told y'all the story of my parents? I never told y'all what happened. Oh, this was funny. So when my dad decided to get his, right? You know, my mom said she had to go with him, so you know she got to drive or whatever. But my mom was kind of against it, but she like finally conceded, like, man, all right, cool. So they go to the doctor, whatever, and I guess you got to have your jock strap, your supporter, afterwards. You know what I'm saying, to put on when you're done, right? So my mom puts it in her purse, and so she's sitting out in the lobby. And so my dad gets done, everything's over, and the doctor asked my dad, like, yo, you got your, supporter, and my mom's in the waiting room. She's an emotional wreck. She's like crying, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And so he like, you need to put it on, when now that we finished. And he's like, oh shoot, I left it in my wife's purse. He was like, well, I'll go out there and get it from her. So he goes out there, looks at my mom and goes, ma'am, I'm gonna need the supporter. And she looked at the doctor and was like, I just don't think I'll be much support right now. He was like, I'm talking about the jock strap, ma'am. She was like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, I got that. You know what I'm saying?
She like, I don't think I'll be much support right now. It's about how I'm feeling, doc. So, yeah, no, that was...
Look,
apologies to my parents if they didn't want 50,000 people hearing that story, but it was funny.
Well, it's out now. Your mom... it's out. There's nothing we can do about it. But I will tell you this, bro. Normally, I try to, especially with the babies, I try to, make sure that I try to go the spiritual route, but this is not... this is not why I got one. It wasn't no spiritual reasons for the vasectomy, bro. But we had 2 major challenges. The first challenge we had when Jada was born, or when Didi found out she was pregnant with Jada. Let's just say because of the position of Jada, let's just say that I went on an 8-month sabbatical plus 6 weeks. Afterwards, you know what I'm saying? For whatever that process is.
A year. That's a year. Yeah, that's a year.
Born again.
I was born again. Yeah. So I went.
Born again. There goes the title of the podcast.
Yeah,
thank you.
Right there, born again. So
rebaptized.
And that one, I'm gonna be real. Like I felt like, okay, I can bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a possible Virginia here. I got swept. You know what I'm saying? The year before, but I feel like I can bounce back. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm bounce back.
You lost to a 16.
I got number 16. I feel like I can bounce back. And I promise you, Jada literally would not go to sleep, bruh. I promise you she wouldn't go to sleep. And so Didi and I talked. I was like, yo, D, no more, D. She's like, I agree with you. But she was like, look, I just had a baby. It's going to take me some time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just had a baby, so I don't feel like nobody, you know what I'm saying, doing no surgery on me right now. So she was like, give me some time and I was like, yo, we don't need no time. I promise you. We don't need no time.
gonna fix
I
this
got
now.
this.
Right now.
I will make the phone call and I'll take it. Bro, I think the not being able to sleep, being sleep deprived, bro,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like, that's something I cannot handle. And
Yeah.
that little mama was up all day, every day, eating,
yeah.
needing
Yeah.
to be up. I'm like, yo, I can't do this. And so I know people was like, you know, like Carl said, that was back in the day. So dudes were trying to like, my manhood. I was like, bro, I got 2 to prove my manhood. I don't take 3.
Yeah, no question.
I don't got to pass 3 tests for you to know
Yeah.
I can pass the test, bro.
Oh, no
we good on
question.
that. I'm out the game. Just go ahead and officially take your boy E.T. out the game.
That's why I said, bro, Avery took me out the game. Bro, this morning, let me just tell my daughter, bro, she off the chain. Y'all know Trey, the sweetest, nicest kid in the world. So this morning, some kind of way, we had just woke up. The kids wake up. Trey accidentally, like, stepped on Avery's foot. So she started, of course, over dramatic, screaming and hollering. So I hear Candace tell Trey, like, say sorry to your sister. So Avery stopped crying. She ready for him to say sorry. He like, and Trey looking like, yo, I didn't even step on her foot. So I hear Trey tell, Candace, like, Mom, I didn't even step on her foot. She's lying. So she was like, Trey, now she trying to tell Trey to say sorry, just because, to get Avery to shut up. So Trey was sitting there, he kind of was like, whatever. So Trey was like, sorry, Avery. Avery looks at him and goes, can you speak up? I didn't hear you. I said,
wow.
I said, Trey, go. No, you better not. Bruh, she's 2. She talking about, can you speak up? I'm talking about clear as day. No tears, no cry. She was huffing and puffing before. As soon as he said it, she talking about, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Can you speak up? I said, if you don't sit down somewhere, dog. So anyway, she pretty much ended it for me. I'm like, I got my hands full with this one.
Dude.
Yeah, I got my hands. Carl, you saw. Yeah, Carl was with her this weekend. So, so anyway, so E, man, let's talk about your phone, dog. Let's get off of babies. And so E, this has been an interesting week leading up to
say
this
the
week,
least.
I guess. E has been without a phone, which has been interesting. Now, I, of course, have Didi's number. I got the house number, so I was able to get in touch with him. But it was a different kind of week in dealing in communication with the hip-hop preacher. So I was just curious because most people don't have Didi's number and definitely don't have a house phone number. Your house phone is actually one of the few numbers I know by heart, strangely enough. But how was it going a week without? I mean, it's like literally like 7 days with no phone.
Bruh, let me tell you something. First of all, I hate that my wife, is, as I said, she had the same personality, as C, and, I'm making some adjustments, C, to all my Chris Daniel fans out there, for all of us who were trained by Chris, you know what I'm saying? I RIP, but, being that I am, a Spartan, and, we went through the whole academic, they kind of teach us how to, critique stuff, take it to the next level. So I'm coming out, see, with my own little hookup here. So when I'm making a transition, I want people to be like, I thought you used to say gorilla. I did. But I'm going with something different right now, which is the pilot, which means my wife needs to be in the driver's seat, y'all. And so the same way as C, I hate to say this, but I said to C the other day in a staff meeting, I was doing some training. I was like, yo, C is 90% right. He was like, no, 95% right. I was like, okay.
Hey, don't get that mixed up. That 5% is
my
important.
Wife too. Bro, crazy important. It's a lot of collateral damage at 5%. But my wife too is 95.99999% right? So it was my detox week, and she said to me, like, yo, you supposed to be detoxing. I'm like, I am. I ain't doing no real work. Like, I'm just texting, just, on the phone. Like, that ain't no work for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I love people. I like talking to people. She's like, I know, but you're supposed to be detoxing. So I almost broke my streak, see, on the arguing boy. I had almost lost
came
my
out of
streak.
retirement.
Yeah, I was three.
Like MJ with the 4-5.
Yeah. I was at the batter's box, three balls, 2 strikes. You know what I'm saying? I had almost struck out.
Ready to go.
I promise you, bro. And I was able to squeeze a little butt in that joker to get on first. and it was so funny because she was like, yo, for real, you need to get off your phone. It's detox week, and I'm holding you accountable. And I was like, well, first of all, don't hold me accountable for my detox week. It's mine. I'm grown. I know how I need to detox, right? And so why did I say that? You know, and she was like, all right, bruh, I promise you, as soon as she said, all right, the 95.999 kicked in and my phone went out. And so I was like, you know what? It's like 5:36, something like that. I was like, I ain't about to go up to Eastwood Town Center looking for, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be packed. Like, I don't know what happens after 2 with Apple, but it's like everybody go to the Apple store after 2. Every day, bro. It's like every day, them jokers packed. I'm like, yo, this don't make sense. Like, why is the store always packed? So I was like, I'll go first thing in the morning. So I went first thing in the morning. You know, I walked in, of course, by the grace of God. Shout out. Man, let me just say this real quick. Shout out to everybody in the world that rock with us. It's just overwhelming right now. Like, I just had an insider. Like, this is a real, y'all, I'm not lying.
Apple
I'm not
insider?
making this up. Say it again.
Yeah, you got to let this one out.
You got an Apple insider?
Yeah, I do. But more than that, I got an insider at the university, bro, at the Success Series. Why did she give me a paper bag? I had to go straight to the bank. Do not pass go. I think I sent you a pic, see? She gave me 3 envelopes
Yeah, I
with
just saw that.
$1,000 cash.
Who gave you
Each
that?
envelope. Just my insider. I ain't gonna say her name. And what she does is
I was
she'll
wondering
usually
what
give me
that picture
1,000,
was.
like 10s, 5s, 1s. And she says, when you go to the school, I notice you pass out cash at the schools. So when you go to the school, just go ahead and take this cash and pass it out. Like, you don't got to pass out your own money. But I guess I was going for the winter. I wasn't really here like that. I left, you know what I'm saying, pretty much beginning of the year. And December really, and I was gone. So she was like, here go all 3 of the installment boys. I was like, I got to hurry up and go to the bank. So I just want to shout out, I'm talking about the gym inside of the coat. Somebody sent me the Spartan jacket, the Forbes jacket with the logo on the back. Like, it's really getting out of hand. Everywhere we go, now people are paying for our food, and they like, yo, they didn't want me to tell you who they were, but somebody, whatever.
When you say our, you mean UND or?
I was aware to see, like, who's
yeah,
our?
You say our. You know what I'm saying?
What does that
our
mean?
implies like
Yeah, you
us.
said they're paying for our food, and we just want to get the context.
no questions asked.
UND.
She always says, when I sign an autograph, he feel like he signed that joke. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that was only so the people bought into the hype of the unity of ETA. Don't get it twisted.
She was the main one. It's like, yo, I'm on stage. So when I get a pair of shoes, you get a pair of shoes. We all get a pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we got
when E
insiders
get a
everywhere, bro.
vasectomy, you know what I'm saying?
We all get a vasectomy.
We all get a
one,
vasectomy.
bro. You the last one left. See, go ahead and get
Close
that.
it out. Close the triangle.
I'm talking about close it out, bro.
So I went in the Apple store. There was a cat, young dude knew me. Like, as soon as I walked in, he's like, Eric Thomas. I saw the people, I'm talking about pissed. I was like, first of all, I did have an appointment. Now, y'all might have maybe you should have been before me, but I had an appointment anyway, so don't trip. So we sat down. I was with my man for about 20, just kicking it. Bruh, I promise you, the phone would not register. It would not turn over. Come on, it wouldn't do jack, bruh. I was hurt. So he was like, but I had bought a phone because I had cracked the screen a little bit, maybe 5 months ago. So I got insider. My insider sent me a phone. I never used it. So, we changed the chip. I don't know what happened, but all my stuff, my text, everything came through. It was crazy. So I leave the store, make the call. Hey, D, I'm on my way to the crib. She's like, all right, cool. So I made another phone call when I got close to the crib, and it was like, your phone has been blocked. And I was like, blocked? It's not possible. It was like, your carrier has blocked your service. I was like, okay, whatever. So called my first insider, they didn't answer. So I called my second insider, and they was like, hold on, E. Boom, went to the computer, like, yo, something happened. It got blocked, but we're going to send out another phone. I was like, all right, cool. We're going to send it out tomorrow. That was Thursday. I ain't get it Friday. And I was like, whoa. All right. So when it didn't come Friday, I called the first insider back, and they was like, no, I called it on Saturday. I waited till Saturday. called the insiders like, yo, E, call this number. I called the number and my man was like, what's your phone number? I gave it to him. He was like, bruh, we don't have that registered. I was like, what? He was like, we don't have it registered. What's your account number? I was like, I don't know. Let me call LaShawna. I called LaShawna. She never answered the phone. So I was like, okay, God, I see what's going on here. I ain't supposed to have no phone. So I get back Saturday thinking the phone overnight. So then I had C call Monday and it was like, it'll be there Monday or Tuesday. I was like, oh, well, it'll be here Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? It'll be here Monday or Tuesday.
Right.
It'll be here Wednesday. And so, bruh, I have literally gone without a phone. Now, what I will tell you is that there are things you discover when your back up, get your back up against the wall. Damn, come on. Bruh, my back was against the wall. I learned, don't laugh, fellas, I did not know that you could have Wi-Fi and you can make a FaceTime audio call. So I'd never done that before. So I did that. And then you could FaceTime with the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, trust me. I'm like, who calling me from Oakwood 1896?
You feel me?
I got text from
hotmail.com.
What is this?
You know what I'm saying? At Hotmail. Well, he had a Hotmail. Call
You
me from
feel
Hotmail.
me though? So I will
was
say
like,
this though.
what?
See, it has been, I'm talking about refreshing, rejuvenating. Like I never really realized, even though
For
like
everybody
I said, I don't
but you.
mind. Huh?
You know what I'm saying? For
talking about
everybody
the
but you.
rest-
Because I
the
got
rest
to
of
call
us in
Didi.
turmoil.
Didi so tired of me calling her phone. She talking about, I called this morning. She picked up the phone and said, Eric, line 1.
No doubt. No doubt. Hey, and people been like hitting D or like they'll message me, did you get my message? I'm like, bro, I swear I didn't get your message, bro. And it's like,
Finally, you can say that and it's actually true.
You know, I promise you, I said I didn't get it at all. And then when I finally turned on, I guess it's iMessages. Of course, if I text you and then you get that hotmail.com boy, then you know to hit me back on that.
No
so
doubt.
I kind of limited that. And no, bro, but it's been, you know, I will be honest. There was one time I freaked out. I'm not gonna lie. It was one time I freaked out. I had to go to the airport and I had to leave at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And it was the first time I can remember in years that I got in a car without a phone. And I was like, yo, if something happens, what are you gonna do? It was the weirdest thing. I was just like, wow, like, I don't know what to do. You know,
How did they live back in the day, dog?
I don't know how we did it, bro.
Imagine you going on a road trip, like you about to hit Florida with no phone.
I'm talking about, bro, 20 hours you driving without a phone, bro.
No phone.
You just in the car, enjoying your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, nope, you're not going to be able to do, I couldn't do nothing. I didn't have a cellular service. I couldn't do nothing. And I remember being a little nervous on my way there to the airport. You know, I prayed a little longer than I normally do.
You flew out of Lansing?
I flew out of Detroit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
flew out of Detroit. So I was like, Lord, please.
Oh, yeah,
don't let me
that's
get,
a nice little ride, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, don't let me get. And then I was hurt because on the way back, the game was about to come on. And I landed about 7-ish. And so I was like, okay, God, I don't mind getting stranded, but I don't want to miss the game. And I can't call nobody and tell them, come get me from Howe. So no, that part, I'm going to be honest, that part was spooky. And it took me back. And this is way before you. Well, this one isn't before you, but the next one is before you. But the first one it reminded me of when you had to print out the MapQuest boy. All right.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all
I remember
old
that
enough
for
for that.
sure.
Y'all might not even have to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we had to do the MapQuest. And before that, you literally had to get a map. You literally had a map.
No, we had an Atlas. We had an
Atlas too?
joint.
Yeah, we had the
Atlas
Atlas
joint.
Yeah, the yellow boy. Yeah.
Bro, I be looking
And,
at my pops like, yo, you a G for driving straight to our little Days Inn hotel in Kissimmee, Florida. You know what I'm saying?
How did
Atlas.
you find the hotel? How did you find the hotel?
It's
I'm trying to
right
remember
there,
that.
bro.
'Cause- No, I'm saying,
You
how
get
did
the
you
address,
find,
bro. Hey, you
Yeah,
follow
you
that
get
Joe
the
Rogan?
address, bro. The
Jokers?
Atlas was detailed,
Yeah.
bro.
That's
It had
detailed,
your
bro.
auntie name on the Atlas. It was like
Yeah,
Auntie Brenda
your
house
auntie
right
name
here.
right there. The oldest one
That's
too. Not just
crazy.
the youngest aunt, the oldest aunt.
Bro,
right there
I don't
on
know
the-
how to look at a map now, bro.
Yeah,
I promise
couldn't
you.
do it, bro. I'm just thinking like, where have we come to that you got to be scared to get in the car without a phone? I'm like, yo, we are literally slaves to technology.
Oh, man.
If we want to
The
agree with it or
smartphone
not.
done made us stupid,
that's
dog.
real.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah, because I'm saying, my pops, think about it, dog, because it's not just like, okay, even if you got the Atlas, you still riding depending on your own self to be like, all right, cool, I got to get from 75 to 85 to 85 to 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to, like, remember all that. And I remember my mom would be in the front seat with the Atlas open, and my dad be about to have a heart attack because my mom didn't know how to read the map correctly. You know what I'm saying? And we was in the back chilling. And so, but yeah, nah, man, I used to be like, yo, y'all just drove straight to the hotel, like, and we got there, no issues, no problems whatsoever. I'm like, man, yeah, no, we had the Atlas out for sure, E.
Now, Carl, did y'all have to do that Atlas in Barbados?
You got jokes. Nah, bro, I'm talking about Barbados is a 30-minute ride anywhere around.
Oh yeah,
pretty much.
I know, because I know, like, Jamaica, huge.
Oh yeah, no, Barbados is way small. But I'm saying, like, the same, when I'd come up to my aunt in New York, we'd literally do the exact thing C just said. Like, we jump in a car, and I asked them probably about maybe a couple of months ago, I was like, yo, how do we find a hotel? Because I get the map, the Atlas is out. Yeah, my aunt, Sylvester E., he'll be there, my parents with us all, you know, everybody looking at it, that kind of stuff. But I'm like, yo, how do you find a doggone hotel? Like, that tripped me out. You just call the hotel in Orlando, we going to Disney, and like, yo, we come in, we going to be there probably on Tuesday.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, probably. We think it's like 20 hours.
Yeah.
And yeah, that, like, thinking back at that, like, it's crazy. Like, you had to think. See, you talk about, like, our level of intelligence and not to insult nobody, but for real, we not thinking about nothing now, bro. Like, I don't know what seat I had on the flight. Like, I just got on the flight. I looked at it as I was walking on the plane, because it's just right there on the phone. You ain't got to think.
It's right there on the technology board. You don't have to think, bro.
That's crazy.
But and I know we probably talked about this before, but the only thing I miss, bro, from the bottom of my heart, the only thing I miss on the road trips that we do not have anymore, because I got the Escalade, was my uncle's, y'all know where I'm going with this, station wagon with the seat facing backwards. And me and my cousins sitting in the Joker with the backward boy, and we looking at the cars as they driving, throwing the birds at them, cussing them out without my uncle knowing, cussing them out, acting a fool. That's the only thing I meant. Did y'all have one of those seats with somebody in your neighborhood had
we always
station
had the
wagon
van
with the back boy?
Yeah, no, we always had the van. Yeah, but I think some of the Teslas now got the back rear-facing joints. I pulled up on some kids. They were staring at me. It was like poltergeist. I ain't like it.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? I was shook. That was just two little white girls staring dead through my soul. I was like, ooh, I don't like how this feel. They wasn't smiling or nothing.
I'm tripping because I'm scared. See, on the motion sickness, boy, that's just got to be weird. Like, you're just not used to.
We was kids though, bro.
I'd be motion sick.
Yeah, I'm just saying, when we was kids though, we weren't really. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we had motion. I don't think we had no sickness like that.
No, you couldn't afford to.
That's real.
Yeah, your personality didn't kick in till you got to college.
Yeah,
I didn't have a personality when I grew up. I wasn't allowed to have a personality. Like, I wasn't allowed to say I'm a flamingo. I wasn't allowed to say that.
You had no preferences. You ain't like nothing but your mom and say you couldn't 12. Like.
Bro, these kids now, they got too many choices now. Lord have mercy.
I was eating cow tongue. My grandma was giving us cow tongue and lying and said it was corned beef hash. You know what I'm saying? I had no preferences. I'm eating cow tongue with mustard and pickles, thinking I'm eating corned beef.
Shut up.
Yeah.
No question. All right, y'all want to start the podcast?
Yeah, let's do that. Hey, but real quick, before we go there, I don't want to do a sour note or nothing like that, but Carl has been talking to the people, you know what I'm saying, and updating them. So it wouldn't be right if we went past the podcast without.
And that's why I host the podcast, because I was going to do that at the end, so we didn't have to break up the.
Well, he just
funny.
said Sylvester. He was talking about his family in New York. So I was like, yo, this is a great segue.
Terrible segue. Yeah. I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stop it now because it's already there.
We already here.
It.
Yeah, no.
You can stop.
We already here.
No. We're here. We're here now. We're here. Yeah. Thank you, Eric Thomas. Thank you, Douglas. You've done enough.
Hey. Man, for just all everybody that asked, let me just let y'all know my grandma passed last night, man. Literally, the game ended. We was watching the game, and I got the text that she passed, man. But like, for real, like, I just want to, thank God. Like, we got 9 months, man. Like, this is 9 months ago. I remember crying Masters of the Game. See, we had that, you know what I'm saying, that event in, was it Utah?
Yep.
It's almost a year now, you know what I'm saying? That Utah's like, yo, we don't know how long she gonna last. And man, God blessed us with 9 months. My mom, it just worked out. My mom literally was in the hospital there with her yesterday and had a flight up here today. So she passed. My aunts, all them still there. They literally went this morning, cleaned out the room and all that. But my mom, man, I'm watching her strength. Like, my mom came back like, yo, of course it hurt. But my mom was like, yo, do you understand that I got to sit with her like every day for the last almost 9 months?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got everything that I needed to get. She's like, of course we're gonna cry, we're gonna be sad, man. But just a blessing to just, man, we when I tell y'all, like, that's the backbone of our family. Like, and I think I said it before on there, but like, she is the reason that every person in our family is where they are. My grandmother, like, I mean, like many others, like no education, you know what I'm saying? She
Yeah, no
just,
question.
when I tell y'all, hustle,
Yeah, no question.
hustle, took care, you know, her family took care of kids. Like, she literally did, man, you named the job, bro. She sold popsicles. I'm gonna just get y'all the range. She sold popsicles. She sold eggs. She kept pigs, chickens, goats, sheep. I'm talking about like whatever it is. She did, what do you call it? She's like a seamstress. Like whatever needed to be done, she got it done, man, made a living. And get this, see, this was the part that hit me this morning. She has a house in Barbados right now that she's leaving for her daughters that's rented out. When I thought about that, I was like, yo, with all of the stuff that she had to go through, she still left her family in a better place than, you know, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, just like for real, man, respect to my grandma, Sheila Hall, like, man, love, man, I don't have the words, like just for real.
Yeah,
You know what I thought about, Carl, when you said that, and this is for real, all my young people that are listening, I'm about to go off on you right now. I'm about to go off on you. I am sick and tired of hearing y'all say, I can't do that. You know, I'm sick and tired of hearing young people in this generation saying what they can't do to make money. You know, like, I can't sell that, or I can't do that job. Nah, bruh. Nope. I can't do that. And I'm saying, when did we get to a point where you weren't necessarily qualified to do what you want to do yet, or you don't have the, job experience yet? You're not there yet. When did you get to a point where working at McDonald's was beneath you? You know what I'm saying? Or, what is it, see, that we used to have to do when we were in college? The network marketing, not network marketing, but the telemarketing.
The telemarketing joint, yeah.
You remember the telemarketing, bro? You got to get on
phone
it.
bank.
The phone bank, bro. You know what I'm saying? I did that. Matter of fact, my mom talked about it once. I did it with my mom. Like, we both did it. My mom did it, worked at Ford full time, and then did that part time. And me and her worked together doing that. I passed, I did the paper route, boy. And I'm not on that RE paper route. I'm not telling you to do no paper route, but I'm saying y'all at a place right now where you want the $100 plus gym shoes. You want the clothes. You guys want to go. There are trips that y'all going on. See, people didn't go on them kind of trips. Cancun. I never even heard of Cancun when I was a teenager. I never even heard of
What is Cancun?
Right. 4 days, 5 days, 4 nights. I never even heard of nothing like that.
Cancun was a Mexican restaurant. You lucky to get you a burrito.
Three Amigos. Tres Amigos, bro. That's all I ever heard of. So I just, when Carl said that popsicles, for real, because some of y'all will be like, man, y'all just be on some, no, he said it. Popsicles, animals.
Bro,
whatever to feed her family. And we got to get to a place, and that's to feed our family. We got young people saying they're not going to do X, Y, and Z to buy clothes. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying y'all got to get to a point where you know that I'll do whatever it takes. You got to have that mentality that you'll do whatever it takes. And I said at the Success Series last night, because Didi and I were having a conversation. I'm just keeping it 100. Like, I'm making a general statement. So for those of y'all who listening, don't go, oh, you ain't got no empirical evidence for that. But I told my wife, I said, Didi, it almost seems that it is a disadvantage in this generation to have two parents. It seems like it's more of a disadvantage with the way a lot of kids who come from a nice, healthy background, it seems like they are more, what's the word I'm looking for, unprepared for life than sometimes kids who come from, some like disadvantage, like single parent mom, dad was in prison. It seems like some of those kids realize that they don't have a dad or that their mom don't have money, and they are the ones who are at Michigan State University taking only 12 credits because that's all they can afford. And they working, what was that, guys? Was it the plant? They work in the plant, in the middle of the night. And then you got kids who come from
the physical plant.
A two-parent household. It seems like sometimes when they have to deal with adversity, bruh, it's like they can't hang. So I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I'm telling y'all, stop saying what you will and what you will not do. Take whatever opportunity has been given to you and work that opportunity, and let that opportunity be a door for another door and for another door. But don't ever say that work is beneath you.
But think of the opportunities that we have now. You know what I'm saying? Compared to what she had. My mom was telling me that, she used to iron people's clothes.
Yes.
Like, just again, another way to make money. But I'm saying, think of the opportunities that you have now. Like, I'm listening to people talk about babysitting. Like, you go keep somebody kids and you walk away with 20, 40, 50 bucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, think of the opportunities that are there now for you to make money. It could be, I'm just saying, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Compared to what, they had to do, 50, 60, whatever years ago, man. Like, it's just real. Like, it ain't no excuses. There's no excuses.
No, bro. No.
The excuses, I got everything I could ever want right now.
Right. So why should I
You know what I'm saying? What exactly am I aiming for?
Right.
And again, we talk about this all the time, man. I think we've had these conversations, about affluenza. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call it.
Yeah.
When you know what I'm saying? Like, people they beating cases from that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember dude like had a Lamborghini, like sped off and killed like a bunch of kids driving, and the defense was affluenza, and they was like, yep, you good. Yeah, you just too rich to know what's going on. And I think that's a fear that anybody who is raising their kids very comfortably, should I say, has. You know what I mean? You worried about them being soft. It's crazy. Like, and Josh and I were talking about it. Is like, when you have the resources and you have, like, so Trey with the baseball, right? He been going crazy. Carl was there yesterday. You saw Trey. I mean,
Ken Griffey Quinney.
Yeah, I mean, he's good, and like I said, I'm not even on that. Y'all know the book I wrote. I'm not on sports, but he's really good. And so, it's funny because he got invited, of course, to play on like this all-star team, which I said no, because it's like
at
5 years old, bro. It's like 6 weeks in the summertime from Thursday to Sunday. And I was like, absolutely not.
League.
Exactly. I'm like, bro, if you think I'm about to tie up my whole summer from Thursday to Sunday to watch 5, I'm like, I can't do it. It's too soon. But it's funny because, I had hit, shout out to Inky. Inky is really the one who got me interested in having Trey play baseball, right? Because where we come from, nobody really played baseball like that. I know you played a little bit, but like none of my friends played baseball. We always just hooped in football, right? So I always saw Inky, little Inky, Ink will post videos of him and stuff, and I'm like, man, he's sweet. He's a few years older than Trey. So I got him into baseball. I was sending Inky some of the videos, and Inky was like, yo, Trey, like, crushing it, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever. So I'm like, man, and I'm feeling like the pull to, like, somebody's like, yeah, you need to get him a hitting coach and like a speed coach. And I'm like, yo, and here goes the thing, like, you have the resources to do so. I mean, it might not, and I'm not even saying I'm balling. It might be like $200, for a hitting coach, to come through a few times or whatever and do like some lessons. I never played baseball. So in my mind, then I'm like, okay, shoot, should I be doing this extra stuff for him? Or am I spoiling him? Like, I of course, never had a private coach for any of the sports, and I was all right. But, you have those additional resources, and you want them to be, you want them to feel like they can go to that next level, and you want to provide every opportunity to do so. But at the same time, you have to protect against affluenza. Here's a funny thing, and Trey meant no harm by it. But obviously, we have, he knows this, and we have the cleaning ladies that come to the house, and clean the house. And the other day, I don't know why, but it just hit me, and I was like, hold on, I need to have a conversation. Trey was like running through the house and was trying to get ready for baseball practice, and he was like, hey, Dad. I said, what? He said, the cleaning ladies moved my glove. And I was like, ooh. He didn't mean nothing by it. I promise you he didn't. But I don't know why it like stung me in the ribs, like, whoa, why did you just... And I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if I should have felt anything, but I felt something like, okay, that, like, hold up. Like, are you getting a little too, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe he's 5. He doesn't mean nothing by it. He got a heart of gold. But it just hit me, and I'm like, shoot, I need to make sure that my kids understand, what this isn't everybody's experience. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be competing against people who are hungrier than you. How do you make somebody hungry who's already eaten? That's the question I think we have in this, and it's the question that all of us will have to ask of, our kids. I think he is, what me and you have been trying to work Jalen through, right? Like, Jalen doesn't see money the way, and we talked about it. That could actually be advantageous to him in some arenas, that he's not moved by money like that because he did grow up with money. So I think we have to find a way to flip it and use it as as a superpower and not as a deficit. But that's not exactly where I wanted to go on this podcast. But I think, it's one of those things that, always needs to be kind of discussed and fleshed out.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to those out there, the grandmas out there, who are still, I think the video that got put out this morning was talking about the grandmas who still working, who still raising, in many instances, raising their grandchildren. They're almost like their kids, So shout out to those grandmas who didn't, take them to, a foster home or something. And I have much respect for a grandma who I can't do it. I can't, what I'm saying? Like, you out here having them, what I'm saying? And you're not thinking about anything while you out here popping them out. You know what I'm saying? And grandma, I can't do it. I can't raise another one. I definitely understand that. But I always think about Kirk Franklin. I think it was The Rebirth when the mother took him to the grandmother. And I don't know if they got that and they could play that. That part always moved me. I was in tears when the grandma, just give him to me. Just give him to me. And at that point raises Kirk Franklin, and puts him in a position where he is today, So mad shout outs, man, to all the grandmas out there. For those of us who have grandmothers who are sick or not even sick, my grandma came up to, man, I was moved, bruh. My aunt brought my grandmother up, and then my little cousin Julia, she came down to the Success Series last week. And my grandma was just like, yo, I just wanted to see my grandbaby do his thing at the Success Series. And I was like, what? Success Series is on Monday at Michigan State University. It's not no big gig, but she drove all the way from Chicago, which is not that far, but 3 hours when you're 89 years old, that's not around the corner, and just to have my grandma
your grandmother she about 52.
Yeah.
Right. She's still chilling.
She's still walking on her own, bro. It's crazy. She 89 years old, move. I can do that. I'm like, I know
she's still sipping though. Well, I wouldn't know.
No, that's why she's still walking.
She still got the Miller High Life.
Hey, that's her medication.
Yeah,
the real secret to success.
Yeah, that's the secret to success. If she stops sipping, her body might be like, what in the devil?
Oh, no question.
You're not walking no more.
I was clowning my mother and my aunt. Like, their thing, my grandmother was like, man, you got to eat better. Because my grandmother, she was onto sweets. Like, she just liked eating. She liked food.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, y'all did all this. My mom said her biggest prayer was she didn't want my grandma to die of cancer. I'm like, you did all this, changed her food up, got her eating beets and lettuce, and she ain't got I'm talking about a cancerous cell in her body. I'm like, y'all just stripped that old lady of all that fun she could have had.
Yeah.
Like my mom was crying laughing. Yeah, she was having a blast
you
before y'all
scared.
knuckleheads came along.
My grandma getting it. Yeah, she getting it in. So all my youngsters that's listening, and again, it's a different generation. When I was growing up, you didn't have an option to go to your grandparents' house. You feel me? This generation, it's like, I don't want to go over there. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't have an option. But for all my youngsters, man, please
and you're gonna be there for 6 weeks.
Huh?
And you're gonna be there for 6 weeks.
Summer.
Bags packed. We was on that joint. Yeah, we was over there with our cousin getting it in, bro. So yeah, to my shorties, for real, man, love your grandma, man, your granddad, have respect. I know it ain't Fortnite, I know, what I'm saying, they not on FaceTime and Instagram. Some of them not into that. But
now, that's one thing I'm not. My kids ain't on. We're not doing video games. I'm out on that, dog. Yeah, I'm out. I got to draw the line somewhere. We'll do some TV here and there. I'm not. My kids do not play video games. Like I might have a game or two on the phone, but we're not doing the PS12 and I'm not doing that. Please. Because I see that.
I'm trying to send them jokers outside. That's my thing.
Exactly.
Go outside.
Yeah. And miss me with the fact that they could have been a PS4, 5 engineer. I would do something else. Because 99.999% of the people just playing video games all day long. So anyway, that's besides the point. What I really wanted to talk about today is Virginia, man. Shout out to Virginia. And this has nothing to do with basketball, but for those of you who are not basketball aficionados, I'll give you the 30-second roundup. When the tournament is seeded, they seed the best teams against the worst team. Never in the history of the NCAA tournament has a 16 seed who effectively barely made the tournament against a 1 seed who's considered to be among the top 4 best teams in the country. Never before had a 16 seed beat a 1 seed until last year when the University of Virginia lost to, I can't even remember. At my College of Charleston, or I don't know, something like that. Anyway, they lost, right? And so you can imagine, you're the first time ever in the history, you're a 1 seed and you lose to a 16. Oh man, they got clowned. You know, the memes were crazy. The coach got dogged out. Twitter, Instagram had a field day with them. And long story short, they were the laughingstock of college basketball pretty much the whole year. As we record this on a Tuesday, Monday night was the championship in Virginia, won the national championship. So salute to them and all their fans and shout out to Virginia. But what a difference a year makes, right? You had a year ago where many of the same players, I'm not sure how many players they lost, but for sure the same coach had, probably the worst day of their life. And then a year later, maybe one of the best days of their life. And so I was talking to E and I was just like, wow, art imitates life. And, they stayed with it. Like that could have been like a real breaking point for my man as a coach, to kill your confidence and all those things. But credit to them, they stayed with it. And so E, being one of the people who have obviously turned his life around in a major way, E, I figured maybe you could come talk to the people who feel like, Virginia felt last year where it's like, man, like nothing is going right. We lost. And then you have the embarrassment of losing and the fact that then nobody believes in you, right? So maybe you started a business and it failed and your family was like, yo, you took our money and invested and you lost our money and, you embarrassed, you hurt, you all of those things. And then, to find the intestinal fortitude to then, bounce back. You walk us through that process of what that's like to be down like that and to come up. And what do you think the characteristics needed are to make a comeback like that and be on top after, probably one of the most horrendous days of, your life?
Yeah. So first of all, see, it was UMBC, University of Maryland / Baltimore County.
Yeah.
And it was 74
that's how you know they was a 16 seed. Anytime
I was going to say, you ain't never heard of that right there.
Maryland, Baltimore County Correctional Institute.
Yeah, I'm talking about
for barbers.
DuFry.
He got beat by Phoenix Online.
I'm talking about online.
It's a bad day.
The B team, not even the ace, but the D1 boys.
They had LC starting point guard.
I'm talking about and starting point guard. But I will tell you this. Look, I feel so sorry, for everybody in the tournament. I was talking to Linton, and let's just be honest. And I want to encourage somebody that's listening, because when you're down, if you make that your reality, like you can look at that. You can look at it when you're down, and you can say, I'm down, and you can make that your reality. Or you can say that I'm in transition, like this is a process. And I'm telling y'all, I don't know, C may not have watched all the games. I don't know if Carl watched all the games. But I tell you, as a man of faith, it appeared that somebody was looking out for Virginia. All right? Let me tell y'all something. This was no Virginia lost last year, came back this year and whipped butt. No. There were a couple games that they were up at the end of the game and end up, losing whatever lead they had and getting some breaks. I'm talking about they got some major breaks, some major opportunities that they didn't earn, that just came. I don't know, did they play Purdue? Something happened at the end with Purdue, if that was who they beat. The Virginia, Auburn game with some stuff that happened. Even last night, I thought it was over. I thought the game was over, bruh. I thought Texas Tech beat them. And some kind of way, my man in the corner hit the 3, boom, and then my man shot from Texas Tech a wide open 3. and nothing. I mean, he hit the back of the rim. And so I want you guys to understand that if you make a decision not to quit, you will begin to experience favor in a way you've never experienced favor before. And while we cannot sit here and lie and act like, we didn't do our part, meaning go to school, meaning use our unique gifts and talents in our own different way to contribute to where we are today, got up early, we grind, we worked hard. We cannot sit here and lie and tell y'all that we did not have some miracles happen. There were some miracles that have happened for us, that people that we looked out for end up getting in places in the world and start calling us. There are people who tripped over the video, didn't even mean to see the video and saw the video. There have just been, opportunities after opportunities for us. So I want to encourage somebody, if you decide to look at, we got popped and the world saw us get popped and we embarrassed, then that's going to be your reality. But if you go, we got another season, while it hurt and it was embarrassing and everybody's questioning us, the best thing to do is to get ready for next season. That's the best thing to do. Let's just get ready for the next season. And we don't have to prove anything to anybody. Number 3 is that we must prove to ourselves that we are who we say we are. Now, y'all might think I'm playing, but will tell you, I don't listen to no other motivational speaker. I don't listen to no other podcast telling me who I am and what I do. I don't have no certificates on my wall. I don't have my degrees on my wall. And the reason why I don't is I don't want anything external to tell me who I am and what I could do. I want to tell myself every day when I wake up, E.T., I believe in you, kid. I know what you're capable of doing. Now, if you give me a hand, and I will look at everybody's eye and say a word to them and take a picture with them. And we got through that 1,000 in less than an hour. And a lady said to me, I watched you from the back. I watched you. And you gave every single person your undivided attention. You didn't big time nobody. You gave everybody a picture. You smiled. You looked at everybody's face for about 10, 15 seconds, and you act like they were the only person in the world or in that room at that time. I'm telling y'all, I do not remember my teacher saying I was dumb. I do not remember people saying, I don't know why you going to Oakwood. You ain't going to graduate. You're going to be just like look, I'm asking you to do me a favor. Get amnesia, selective amnesia. Too many of y'all are not where you're supposed to be because you remembering some dumb stuff you're not even supposed to remember. There are things that people said to you at 12 years old that you holding on to at 32.
Or
somebody told you something. Say it again.
You know what I'm saying? It's or good stuff. I'm saying both. Because some of the good
absolutely.
stuff you holding on to
either way,
messing you up too.
You want some cocky stuff. Not in a bad way.
I can think of somebody in particular as it relates to schooling.
It's saying what?
Summa cum laude.
Oh, no questions asked. Yeah, you can get caught up on that. And look, I'm telling you earned summa cum laude.
I'm the best that ever done it.
You didn't earn it. If you got it at 22, you should be holding on to that at 32. You feel me? You're not in college no more. You're in the real world now. And so to Carl's point, the bad, the good, let it all go, y'all. Let it all go and go internal and just get selective amnesia and say, we forgot about last year. Let me tell you something. I believe, this is just my thinking, that Virginia is probably, has had some of the greatest experience that a college student can have because you know what it's like to lose and you know what it's like to win. And to me, that is the full circle of life. You took your L's, so you're not too big time where you don't understand people who've lost. You know what it feels like to lose. But then you came back the next year and you didn't let it define you and you won. And I think too many people have lost and that's their reality. Or people have only won and that's their reality. So they don't understand losers. And I tell people this all the time. I am so grateful before God finally blessed me to get degrees that I was a person who didn't do well academically because less than 20% of the world's population is college educated. So being a high school dropout, I can relate to those other 80%. I understand them very clearly. I speak their language. But then when I got the degree, I was able to now understand that other world. Now, maybe not as, I'm not as, proficient or prolific, as some who've gotten a master's or a PhD, but I understand this world. And so I feel like I'm balanced because I've seen the full gamut. I have literally slept in abandoned buildings, but I sat with the king, whatever you call royalty in England. I sat up there with that individual. You know what I'm saying? And we had the grapes and we sat in the $5,000-$6,000 chairs and they brought the fruit. Like I've been in both spectrums. I've been with my wife saying, yo, I don't know if we can do this. Like I can't do this. I can't do this like this. And I've had to get counsel. And then I've been in marital bliss. You know what I'm saying? So when a person come to me like, E, man, I can't do this. I'm like, bro, I understand, bro. I've been there. Or E, man, my marriage is great. I'm like, yo, bro, I understand. I've been there. And so I just want to say to everybody, do not let the L define you as a loser. Let it define you, as Jorge would say, as a learner. You ain't losing, you learning. You learning how to do what? You're learning how to win. And you are one game closer, one practice closer, one shiny moment. You one shining moment away from being a winner. But you will never be a winner if you quit and give up. You will never be a winner if you quit and give up. If you stop, you will never be a winner. But if you get back up and you get selective amnesia and say, hey, I took it on the chin. I did. I took it on the chin, but I'm going to get better and better and better. You're going to wake up like us. We didn't start here, but I'm telling you, I think it's sweeter. The fruit is sweeter for us right now because we did hit the road for 10, 12 hours. We did hit the schools and didn't get a check. I got a check today, CJ, in the name of Jesus. I got a check today and opened that junk up and was like, yo, we've come this far? I'm like, yo. I told Didi, I said, D.
You know what I'm saying? Again with the we.
Oh, Carl, it was sweet when C was saying the we. Now that I'm saying it.
I thought when I got a check, you got a check.
We all got a check. You get a car.
When I dip, you dip, we dip. I put my hand up on my hip. Praise God. What is Toby calling me for, man? Shout out to Toby, man. Just rocking, selling out shows across the country, man.
Yes,
it's incredible. I had a whole bunch of follow-up questions, but E pretty much just ran down
the whole list.
Yes, E. Agree. I'm sitting here like, okay, cool. I was going to ask that. But I think you covered everything. I think the biggest thing, and Josh and I were on a Zoom call right before we jumped on the podcast, but shout out to Matthew. He asked about confidence. He was like, what do you do, when you lose that confidence? And you just really broke it down. And I think, man, the confidence, okay, when you're comparing yourself, I think that's the quickest way to lose confidence. Because I remember, there was a time when I was looking at our business back in the day, like, yo, like you see all these other cats and you think they doing huge business and billions of dollars and it's like, oh, okay. And then you find out like, oh, okay, they not really. They just making it look like that on the internet. And shout out to Josh who kind of helped us see that, because Josh came in and we would, be doing in business meetings or something. Like Josh would be like, oh, okay, why don't we both just put up 100,000? And they'll be like, whoa, And Josh, famous line that we gonna have to get T-shirts built for Josh to say "stroke a check." But you realize like, yo, people not doing what you think they're doing, and so you're comparing your success to their success, and you're letting it hurt your confidence, and their success is not even real half the time. And so, each person, each business has, to run its own course. And I think that gave me a lot of confidence to know that, hey, no, we're not perfect. We make mistakes, but we're still here and we're still doing well, And so, I think that confidence factor, E, to be able to bounce back is major. You know what I mean? To be able to bounce back from that and really go to that next level. That lack of confidence, man, don't stop comparing yourself, man, because the confidence is really that thing. If you have confidence, you're going to keep the momentum going. You know what I mean? But, you letting your confidence get shaken off some fugazi and a loss, again, like he said, it doesn't mean you lost, man, you learned. So yeah, no, that's good, E. Solid information. What else is some solid information, Carl?
Organifi right now. Hey, did y'all get the vitamin C joint?
I did.
No, I ain't get it.
I did.
I'm gonna put a bid in for you. They got a new vitamin C one that I just tried. And let me just say it like this. Jordan was sick, Jesse was sick, Tamisha was sick. I ain't got sick yet, knock on wood. So I'm saying Organifi is the reason I ain't get sick. I've been hitting that vitamin C. I'm talking about every single
I'm
day.
going to grab some right now.
Yeah, I've been on that green juice heavy, bro. I'm going crazy on the
I've been
green
hitting
juice.
I've been doing a pure, but I've been hitting that normal boy. Oh yeah, that's fire. Hey, make sure they'll see you check. Make sure everybody goes to the Secret to Success podcast. My wife her next profession is a firefighter. So I've got her. I got her.
You lit
I
the
got her
basement
with
on
the
fire
jacket
again?
on. Yeah, Didi's gonna start fighting fires.
Is that a metaphor?
so go to-
okay.
I was gonna say
guess
inside your
we'll
home,
we'll go
outside
to
your
S2S
home.
podcast to find out.
Oh, just go to S2S podcast. You're gonna see her. She had her first tryout at the one of the local fire stations. She went up, put the jacket on, see if they wanted to see if she could hold the weight. She had the oxygen tank buoy on, all of it on. So go to Secret to Success podcast to see if Didi was successful. I think the jacket is 50 pounds. The tank is about 25 pounds. So go and see how Didi did on her first dry run.
S2S podcast on IG.
Yes.
Also, man, this podcast is sponsored by Game Changers. All right, that's our speaker training program. Man, shout out to everybody in Game Changers, all my certified speakers who are just out there killing it, man. We're getting tons of testimonials from people who decided to invest in themselves, get certified by Eric Thomas himself, and get out there in the field, man, and start making a real living. And whether it's something you want to do full time, or maybe you just got a gift to speak that you want to hone it and you want to make some money part time. These are the 7 principles you need to master your craft of public speaking. All right, purpose, plan, principles, platform, product, price, and profit. And we're going to go through all 7 of those in the Game Changer program, teach you what we know. We have a beautiful, beautiful manual that we had E create, just, everything he knows about speaking top to bottom, how to charge for your services, how to make an income. I love it when I get text messages like the one I got from Val. And let me just go ahead and read it just because shout out to Val. I love her and I know she wouldn't mind. But this is the kind of testimonials I'm getting on a regular basis. I was showing Dave the other day. He was like, wow, that's incredible. Val said, today alone, I made back every dime I paid to become a certified speaker in Game Changers. I walked out of my engagement in California with over $9,000. Thanks for following your gift so I could follow mine.
I need a loan.
Get those type of testimonials all the time, guys. Invest in yourself. ETAGameChangers.com. If you have the ability to speak, if you want to learn how to speak, if you want to learn how to make money in this industry, listen, why do I always say it's so important to learn this skill? They say the number one fear in the world is not sharks or skydiving or any of those things. They say the number one fear in the world is public speaking. So imagine if you have the gift to do what 99% of the people in the world are terrified to do. You can learn how to get paid for using that gift. So go to ETA Game Changers right now and sign up, man. Our next meetup, Carl, you got the dates for our next meetup? We got another meetup coming up soon.
I do not.
Yeah,
June 22nd.
Yeah, June 22nd?
June 22nd, see?
Look at E over there on this turtle.
I'm nervous, right? I'm nervous.
June
We just went
22nd.
through.
Well, I should
You
say
guys,
this, though,
listen,
'cause
this is not.
I should say June 21st, 22nd, 23rd.
Yeah.
I always think about church day, like I'm not going to be there for church. But it's
Praise
actually
God.
the 21st.
And let me let y'all know, man, this is not one of those programs where you get there and I'm nowhere to be found. He's nowhere to be found, man. We sit there and we watch you speak on stage and give you feedback ourselves straight from our team, man. We got a phenomenal team, man, and we're going to show you how to, build out your craft in the public speaking arena. So go to ETAGameChangers.com. Also, man, 1%. Carl, when is the dates for 1%?
Man, I didn't give them out. You can't give out one of them. It don't even make sense.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Dallas sold out. I'm talking about Dallas oversold. We like, okay, cool. We should have moved the venue, but Dallas is sold out.
With the fire department.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Dallas. We'll see you soon. No more tickets left for Dallas.
Yeah, and Chicago, y'all better hurry up. 26th of April. So we're talking about 2 weeks? That's about 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, no. Listen to me.
2.5 weeks?
Y'all know me. This is not a gimmick. The bottom row is 700 seats on the bottom row. The bottom row is done. It's only 300 seats in the balcony now that's left.
Oh, wow.
Well, get your
Yep, so
balcony
come on,
seats.
y'all.
The same information in the balcony.
Seat, right.
You know what
the
I'm saying?
speaker is
Same
going to work.
info
You're
in
going to
the
hear the
balcony.
microphone back there, yep.
I'm just saying though, no, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna play the Dallas game. We'll wait till the week of. And I'm like, the week of, about that.
Yeah, sorry.
About the week
about
of.
the week of. You know what I'm saying? The week of, you out of luck. And let me tell y'all something. If Jamal go half as hard as he went at the kitchen table last night, Carl.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
Jamal
we already
Vance
know
is
what he
popping
gonna
out
do.
his face.
We know what he gonna do.
You should have recorded
Tiff
him at the
gonna come
kitchen
with it.
table and just put
I
that
think
up.
C got a little bit. No, C got a little bit, but
Yeah,
no,
he
his
should've
Vans
got
is
that off
popping
the
out his
kitchen
Let me
face
tell you
for real,
something.
for real.
You know how Carl don't be eating beef at the crib. Oh, I should have started there.
No doubt.
My mother-in-law is still in town, bro. And when I tell you she went in last night with the meatloaf, the fresh cornbread, the greens.
Ain't no mother like the one I got.
Hey, you know Dave, Australian, he came and he about hurt himself. He was like,
didn't even know
I
how
looked
to eat
over
that
at
kind of
Dave, was
food.
about licking his plate. I said, Dave, they don't make
It's
food
more
like this in
of it.
Australia, bruh. I said, it's soul food. He said, what's soul food? I said, exactly. Wait till you see how your soul feel when you finish this.
When you get when you get home and lay down. Hey, do me a favor
Exactly.
though.
It
If
catch
Maul
that
was
itis.
that
We
fire
talked
at the
Dave
kitchen
about itis,
table,
everything. But anyway, back to my original point. Carl, Maul was so fired up about his real estate teachings yesterday. He about slapped me and cussed me out. And
Flat out.
and was like, yo, listen, this is going to change lives, and he's super pumped up and super passionate about it. And I'm proud
all
of him,
I'm
man,
asking,
because-
C, bring a kitchen table to Dallas. Tiffany Hayes,
no doubt.
bring a kitchen to
doubt.
Dallas. Just put the
Ooh.
kitchen table on the stage, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, no, hey, that's it. Oh, that you know what? That might not be a bad idea.
For real,
'Cause I tell
just
Maul
bring a
all the
kitchen
time, like,
table.
yo, just go. Don't worry about being no speaker, man. You got some great
bring a kitchen
information.
table. Let's sit at the kitchen table and make it happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my mother-in-law too, so she can cook. But I might not be able to talk after I eat. She been making she making these rolls where I tell you, we got to like turn the heat up in the house, put the rolls up in the top of the cabinet. That's how you know it's something serious going on. And I promise you, them jokers taste like pound cake. So I'm about to be on wobble wobble, shaking here shortly. But yeah, no. So shout out to my mother-in-law for cooking. Shout out to Dallas and Chicago. Hurry up and get them tickets because it's gonna be sold out in a minute. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. And then if you don't have your tickets to Toby's show, we'll all be at Toby's show. We're leaving Dallas and going straight to Houston.
Yeah, we're going
that
straight to
night.
Houston.
Toby's in Houston for his grand finale. 3,500 people at White Oak Music Hall. Toby Nwigwe, he'll be at the show. I'll be at the show.
The last
I think
one, we're
Jamal's
closing it
gonna
out.
make it maybe.
And then we're going straight to the hospital with Fat and see the delivery of the baby while we in town.
Yeah, for sure. So
he calling it all out.
go to TobyFromTheSWAT.com. I think that's the website. TobyFromTheSWAT.com. If not, just go to Toby's IG. The link is in the bio. TOBENWIGWE. All right, one or two questions here. Is that it on the announcements to make sure I'm not missing nothing?
Yeah, the announcements are usually
good.
the end of the podcast, though.
Yeah, no, I wanted to do them before. I had to do them before Ask ET because I didn't want nobody to shut the podcast off and be like, oh, they ain't talking about nothing but announcements. You know what I'm saying? It's a little marketing strategy I learned Thursday. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put it into
At the
place.
kitchen
Thanks,
table.
E. Thanks, E. He been blowing
At the
my
kitchen
whole
table.
buzz this whole podcast. Oh, yeah. So Ask ET. ET, Phil in Kentucky said, E, when's the best time of year to propose?
When you think she gonna say yes. Not a day earlier. You know what I'm saying? Not a day earlier, bruh.
Oh, man. Yep. Remember we talked about that last year. Somebody proposed and they said no. It's like, is it over if you propose and she say no? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you just got to end
Just
it
go
there.
ahead and pack your bags, bruh.
Pack
It's been a good run.
it. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, but a change gonna come.
A change gonna come. It's been too hard of living. Dylan and May said, E, since you've been rebaptized, what's the one thing that still almost had you about to lose your salvation? Dilsey coming in telling him about his phone.
I'll go with that. I'll go with that. I was just gonna say though, you know me, bro. Like I got pulled over by the police the other day. I'm still.
You didn't tell us that. You got pulled over again?
Yeah. I didn't tell you like a week or so ago.
I think you said it at church. You said it at church.
Oh, okay, I said it at church. Yeah, I got pulled over. See, I promise you. I got baptized though, so I'm good. I'm good.
What happened? What, you was speeding?
No, bro. I left the Success Series, right? Well, no. Here's what happened. We came home from being on the road. Like, you know, we left December 4th. Like, we came home. Like, all right, we're not going back on the road. We speak, come back the same day. And so my wife was like, you know, we've been going for a while, eating out, but I don't feel like cooking. It's like 8 o'clock at night, 8:30. She's like, can you go get Sinhu's? And I was like, no doubt, Sinhu's. I was like, I got it. It's the little, Indian cuisine. So I was like, I got it. So I went and picked it up. You know, I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I'm like, I timed that joker. It's hot. Like, I can't bring this back. It's already a 20-minute drive. Like, I cannot bring Didi no food back cold. It's not the same experience. So I'm driving to the crib, and I'm right by that. You know how you like on Trowbridge by that church? Did y'all get? No, y'all got married at that church, didn't you?
Yeah, that's where she got married. Yeah.
Yeah, she got married right there. So it's at that church. See, I'm passing the church. I'll see the police. Like, it is what it is. I'm grown. I pass, and my man pulled me over. And my man pulled me over, say, you know, I'm like, for real, I got baptized. I'm like, I'm not even angry. I'm just like, yo, I know I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's up. But so my man come to me, put the window down. He like, your tent's too deep. I said, what? I got factory tent, bruh. I don't have no special tent. He was like, we couldn't see through the window. I was like, oh. And then you had, what is it called? Obstruction of what?
Justice.
I don't know if it's vehicular obstruction. I don't know what it is. But you know what he was talking about, Carl,
you had your car incent, the tree?
I had Didi's handicap boy on. She had
like
that
the vision obstruction thing or whatever?
Bruh, not no vision obstruction, bruh. It's an Escalade with the big old window. That wasn't obstructing nothing. You know, so I'm a little, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't mad, but I'm a little like, okay, they pulled me over. I hope this goes well.
Anytime
you know what I'm
like, he feel a little racism, he goes straight Black Panther Party.
They asked me the question, what still pissed you off? So I'm like,
Huey Newton.
Bruh. Like, I'm just like, bruh. Like, see, look, like you said, I'm talking on the cell phone, I'm speeding, but bruh, my windows was tinted? I'm like, come on, bruh. Like, you making up stuff now. Just say I was driving with a baseball cap on. And I look like a dope dealer. You know what I'm saying? Just say
with
that.
With a lot of melanin.
You feel me? So what happened was, got loud with him. Was like, yo, I told you, this ET, bro, he good. If you need to look at his license, just go look at his license, bro. But don't worry about it. You don't need all that other stuff. And so they went to the back, and in 2 seconds, he must have got in the car and got in my man's head. Because they came right back. He was like, here you go, have a good day. He was like, all right, E, have a good one, bro. I love the videos, bro. I was like, man, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
You got police insiders now, see? Police insiders now.
Hey, I'm not going to lie to y'all, though. I did go off on my man. It was a nice go off. My man was like, where are you going? I said, I'm going home. So why were you up here? I said, bruh, let me say something to you. My wife sent me to go get food.
Anytime he hit you with the bro, you in trouble.
I said, bro, my wife sent me to go get food, and the food's getting cold right now. So I need to get home. And my man was like, oh, just get his license, bro. We don't need to. Like, I got, for real, see, and I knew it was righteous indignation, but I was like, yo, bro, for real. I drove to go get Didi's food. I'm going to bring Lansing,
which is a grip from where you live.
Bro, a grip from where I live. So I'm like, bro, and what I tried to do, was be, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to like really do this thing the right way. I took service drive. I promised her that, and I can get it to her. And you about to mess that up. It ain't no officer of the law that deep. So let's get this thing, let's get this taken care of so I can get my girl this hot food.
A messed up meal could mess up something else. Now you
I'm talking
really
about
got
a messed up meal.
Now I got to
Mess
sue
up
you.
a meal.
You know what I'm saying? Now I got to sue you. You know what I'm saying? I got to sue the department. Because I, you know what I'm saying, missed my window. You know what I'm saying?
Messed my whole evening up.
Yeah.
On some cold food. All my kids that's listening, on some cold food. I can't do it.
Exactly.
So, I don't think it's Didi. I think it's an officer who pulls me over for tinted windows that's not tinted. That's what.
Well, you black, so technically they are kind of tinted if you looking in through the. You know what I'm saying? It's like a little dark. You know what I'm saying? So I'm riding with the officer on that one. 5.
No,
you know
that's
what I'm saying? 5 of you to be mad. What was I gonna say? On a more serious note, man, messed me up all week. Everybody and their mama talking about it. I ain't want to do no deep dive or nothing, man.
Yeah,
but just mad respects to Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, man. Family, crazy. And it affected me and Toby, man. Toby was actually here when it happened, and Toby and I had, long, deep conversations about it. And there's a lot behind it, not even musically, but just sad and, frustrating, for, our community to lose somebody like that. So did definitely want to say, rest in peace to him. And blessings to the family and all of that as well. I know we don't talk about hip hop and these different pop culture matters, but it's deeper than a pop culture matter. Nip was one of the good ones who was doing things right and had he was one of those cats who was so cool and so about his business and so grown with it. I think he had a chance to make one of those impacts. And I'm not saying that because he passed, but, he really did have that type of influence that could have been on a Pac Biggie level, so gone too soon, Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to, like I said, his family. And that's, all I really wanted to say. Make sure we acknowledge that.
No question.
As we move forward. So, with that being said, man, I'm headed to Dominican Republic. So I'm excited about that with no kids this time. So
that's good.
I'm feeling really good about that.
Hey, and you had not had no surgeries. Be careful now.
Be careful, if I ever do, this will be the time to the comeback season. But no, me and Candace headed there for a few days as part of the incentive trip for the solar side of things. So we're going to head out that way. And we need to figure out when we're going to do the podcast. I think I come back on Wednesday. So
hey, just FaceTime audio. We good. Just get your FaceTime audio like ET.
Yeah, we may have the FaceTime audio. I had to take my recording equipment and get it done or do it when I get back. So anyway, what do y'all got any big plans? What y'all got going on?
Home, bro, resting, man. Of course, I got gigs, I'm not going to lie, but everything is in and out. But right now, I see the next 6 months, I'm just focusing on the church. We'll have that finished in 4 weeks. Yep. Focusing on, I never really knew, man, how hungry I was, bro. But I miss teaching, man. I miss teaching. So I'm looking forward to, with the assessment, which is going phenomenal. You got, man, we got so many people. Me and Questions did a marriage today. They loved it. Really helped them to kind of, value each other. Because it's kind of like sometimes when you something, you think that's, all that in a bag of chips, and then you don't value the other persons and the conflict that it can cause. We got another one with Tiffany and her husband tonight. So I'm just really looking forward to, man, having a venue where I can have people come regularly, like a regular schedule. And to be honest, I'm not ready to get off the road, but I am looking ahead. And I want to put myself in a position where instead of me having to fly all the time and go to venues and speak to people, have, almost like how the University of Phoenix started when it started. A lot of people looked at it like, it's the University of Phoenix, online's a little small, whatever. But this be the first campus of many campuses where you can come and really, for real, grow personally, grow, spiritually, grow with your family. So I'm really looking forward to having my own, man. It's a feeling that I've owned 2 homes. That's a great feeling. But to finally have a building where people can come, learn how to get a trade, learn how to make money. And it's a 4-minute drive from my crib to be able to leave my house, go up there, do my thing. Jamie, I got to say this. Shout out to Jamie. I know I tease Jamie a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be teasing Jamie. He all over the place. But let me tell you, when I tell you he did his thing, bro. This is a beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous facility. And of course, we've had the members of the church to come by regularly and help out. So I'm really looking forward to, with this assessment, I've really thank God for Michigan State and really teaching me how to learn. I pulled some gems out. I found some things that I really think are going to help people with their families, et cetera. So, me and Didi will be here until December. Anybody listening to this podcast, I need a legitimate insider for a property right outside of San Diego. I have wanted to do this forever. But again, until my wife is the driver, she the pilot in this family. And until she say it's a go, it ain't a go. And while she loves traveling like we've done, she's like, look, next year I can't do all that traveling. We just need to get a property out there and I need to be able to be stable. You know what I'm saying? So if you're out there, I'm not talking about buying somebody's house that's, just selling it. I'm talking about I need an insider, maybe even a contractor that can help me build. I don't know, but I need for real.
Talk about it, but now I got, even more, more energy going that way now. So right now it's just family, man, locking in, just being able to support my mom and my aunt. Like, this is tough for them. It's their mom, my grandmother. I only had, half their life really with her. So for us, man, it's just locking in on that family. I'm sure we got to go to New York in a couple of days or something. But other than that, man,
blessings on that travel, Carl, and E, happy for you, man. We doing what we said we were gonna do, fellas. Maybe that's the nugget of the day, man.
That's
how always ask us like, yo, how did you? I'm like, bro, we honestly just did exactly what we said we were going to do. Like every single day, we said we were going to do something and we got it done. So for those of you out there, man, E been on this new term, and I promise you, E, I didn't even tell you, bro. Let me tell you on the podcast, bro. Extreme execution. Bruh, I love that phrase, bruh. I love that phrase, and we got to really flesh that out and let people know, because that's how we got here, bruh. Extreme execution, not even just execution. Execution is getting it done. We executed on the extreme, and so extreme execution is the new wave. Y'all gonna be on it. Y'all gonna see it. To go with the 1% stuff, it's gonna be books about extreme execution.
It is the 1%, bro. That's how they become 1%.
Exactly.
That's how they become 1%, bro. And I'm telling y'all,
we giving away the sauce. You know what I'm saying?
No. Here's what I'm telling y'all. For all y'all kids who say, I don't need school, please, man, I plead with you, bro. I plead with you. Don't say that. Don't say that. I remember when I was young, like, why are we doing the Pythagorean theorem? Like, what is this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing geometry? I will never use this in my life. What am I doing this for? I promise y'all, it just has fate would have it. I got a PhD. When I got certified and I looked at those 4, I said, ooh, I see something. Ain't nobody teaching this. Like, it's here. Everything you need to do to be great at whatever you want to be at, it's all in it. It's scientific, y'all. This test is not something I came up with. It's been out since 1940. And I'm telling you, a lot of people give it, but they give it in such a theory and academic way that the common person can't get it. Man, when I show you the pilot, the airline stewardess, the grounds crew, and the air traffic control, bruh, I told you, homage to Chris. Homage to Chris. I wouldn't even know nothing about this if it weren't for Chris. But I'm telling you, after Chris' death, I studied this thing and I was like, what's missing? Because there's something still missing. Like, I see what he's doing, but it kind of isolates you. It's kind of like transformative, but it's not. It's some missing pieces to this thing. And when God showed me the airplane, the pilot, the traffic control, I'm like, I got it. This is going to connect. And as I started looking at each one, I was like, yo, you may not naturally be a pilot, but if you're going to do well in business, you got to do it. If you're going to have the network and the people in my phone that I got, NFL, NBA, MLB, you got to learn how to be an I. Like, you got to learn how to do that. And so I broke down the doggone D in the disc. I broke the D down and I came up with 60 steps, 60 executionable steps. I was talking to TJ the other day. He's like, man, I need to be more aggressive. I was like, bro, I got you. That's not all you need to be. It's a science to who DD is. It's a science to who CJ is. And I'm telling you, I took it in the laboratory. So I'm telling you, if you're a kid, bump extreme execution. Like, if you're trying to execute, you got to come to that. But I'm telling you, do not say what you don't need. I never thought I needed school, but school taught me how to be critical, how to be analytical. And the theory that I'm about to come out with, little Trey could take what I'm about to come up with and read it and go, I got it. And I'm telling y'all, please stop selling yourself short. Y'all miss Dallas. My feelings is hurt. I should have done over 1,000. I played myself. But I'm telling y'all, Chicago, we got 300 seats left. I don't care if you live in Hawaii. Go get to Chicago, because honestly, I know which cities I want to do next, but they're not done yet. So I can't guarantee you that we're going to do another city. And this is not hype. It's just God told me Dallas, Chicago. So please, please, please take one of those 300 seats, be in the building, become a part of a community, right? Because you're going to get to touch Maul. You're going to get to touch Tiffany. You're going to get to touch me. ETA will be there. BU will be there. You're going to get to touch us. We're not about to get on no jet when we finish speaking and bone out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we will be in the building for 2 days. For those of you who bought 1 day, I'm telling you, day 2 is when we're going to really get a chance to sit down and walk you through it. We have some financial opportunities for you. This isn't about just getting fired up and pumped up. We're going to show you how to make money, guys, because I had to realize while having a good character is important, it's like C said, you ain't telling them though, you ain't broke. You gotta tell them that part. Like, you gotta give them that opportunity too. And so I'm talking about, you gonna get it all. New socks and draws. You gonna get it all.
Seen it all. But, yeah, no doubt, man.
But make sure you're in Chicago.
Fired up, man. I'm fired up to come just because, again, man, we just, if we would have had this when we were coming up, we probably would have shortcut our success at least 5 years. But unfortunately,
easy.
We didn't have people giving us that real information. It was always people trying to, hoodwink. So, man, we look forward to seeing family and friends out at these conferences. And I'm about to go pack my bags for the Dominican. I've never been to DR, so I'm looking forward.
Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I know y'all went.
That's where Quest got married.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance
Carl,
to go.
do me a huge favor, because 80% of the people who are coming to the conference have already taken the test. So when they get there, they'll kind of have an idea of what's going on. But for everybody else that's listening, I don't want to mess it up. I think it's etinspires.com/execution, but I could be wrong.
We're keeping it simple. Execute. Yeah, just execute.
Okay. Oh, just execute. Not even execute.
Just execute.
Just execute.
Just execute.
etinspires.com/execute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
execute,
man.
y'all.
Hey.
Come on. Execute, y'all. Please.
Execution. All right,
it's
man.
worship.
Well, I love everybody have safe travels when you're traveling.
Yes,
thank you to
as
everybody
well.
listening. Hey, and people always write in, man, how can we help the podcast? Yo, just share it with a friend. If you like this episode, if you think this episode was funny, if it gave you any information, whatever, send it to a friend, man. Make 3 friends listen to it, man. Take us to the top of them charts. All right, man, we appreciate y'all.
Boom.
Love y'all. We'll see you next week.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might.